We are going to now program our circuits that we've been working on to see if it is doing what we want it to. So first thing, when you open up a new Arduino sketch, you open up the software, you get something that looks like this. This is the default starting point. Now I struggle with defaults because I'm someone who doesn't memorize a lot of things in different languages. And if you're new to programming entirely, it's all going to be crazy. So I would recommend starting with an example. And I would go to Examples, File Examples, Basics, and go to Blink. Nice thing about the Blink code is it has some very basic functionality already in there, and you can do some tests right away. You'll notice here that there's a setup function and a loop function. Setup are all the things that happens right away when you first set up the board, the first time you program it, or if you just plugged it in or reset it. It says that right here. The loop function is the one that keeps going over and over forever. So the setup runs once, and then loop runs ever and ever and ever after that. So it'll say here pin mode 13 output. What that means is it's going to tell pin 13, hey, you are an output. That's what you do. You output signals. So that way the pin is configured to behave properly. Down here in the loop function, it does a few things. It says digital write 13 high. That means take pin 13, whatever's in pin 13, and turn it on. Then we have a delay for 1,000 milliseconds, which is 1 second. The comments over here, everything after these slashes is not code. These are just things that are useful to you, the human who is programming. So all of this is just information for you. So delay 1,000 milliseconds or 1 second. Then it says digital write 13 low. So take pin 13 and make it low, turn it off. And then wait another 1,000 milliseconds, another second. And because it's a loop, it will automatically then go back to the top. After that 1 second delay, it will turn it back on again. So as the name of the program suggests, it will blink. Now if you set up the video or set up your board the way I did in the last video, there is nothing in pin 13 right now. So we're going to change those 13s to 12s. And we are going to upload that, push upload, and it should push it to our board, our Arduino board. And hopefully you don't get any error messages. And if all is well, something like this should be happening on your board. You can see I have one thing blinking right now, and it is the LED that I connected to pin 12, which is my blue one. So I have a blinking blue LED. Pretty cool. Well, let's go ahead and make this even better. So if we want to improve this, we might want to use pin 11 and 10 as well. So I'm going to copy that, put a new line here, another new line, copy it twice, so I have a total of 3 of them. I'm going to change one to pin 10 and one to pin 11. So I have 10, 11, and 12 all set as outputs in the setup. So now all 3 of those are told to be output pins. And now I'm just going to copy this functionality as well. So I don't need to copy the comments here. So I'm going to do this 3 times. So I'm going to have 10, 11, and 12 all turn on. After this 1 second delay, I'm going to have all 3 turn off. So we're going to keep this simple just to make sure everything is working initially. So everything should behave the same. There's nothing fancy here going on. And then I'm going to upload it. So I set all 10, 11, 12 as outputs. I turn all 10, 11, 12 on, turn 10, 11, 12 off after a 1 second delay. And then it should repeat because it's in the loop. So as that uploads, check our circuit here. And in fact, I do have 3 blinking LEDs. My yellow one looks a little bit weaker than the other 2. I'm not sure what the reason is for that. It might just be a different type of LED. But that seems to be going on. That one is supposed to be green, but it is a greenish yellow. Maybe I need to find a new one. Let's continue with our code. Let's go ahead and make this do something a little bit more interesting. So, for example, we could put delays between all of these. And now I have a delay after turning on one of them, turning on the next one, turning on the next one, and then I'm going to put a delay here. I'm just copying and pasting here. So I have a delay after every one of these steps. And so I'm telling my code, turn 10 on, wait a second, turn 11 on, wait a second, turn 12 on, wait a second, turn 10 off. And we're going to see what that actually looks like in practice. So as this uploads, we will check out what's going on our board. 1, 2, 3, turn on. 1, 2, 3, turn off. 1, 2, 3, turn on. 1, 2, 3, turn off. And so that will repeat forever. And now we'll go into some more in-depth code in our next video.